Hello, good people. This is Netty. Little Dean is here. Big Dean is here. I'm going to show you guys how to make my homemade macaroni and cheese. I've been selling it for years. So, and the recipe is my father, who is holy, who had, he's a ribbon chicken man. But I took over the family inside business when we did dinner platters. I do fish, chicken, macaroni and cheese. He would do the pig feet, and I'll help him do collard greens. But we do a little bit of everything. I never showed anybody how to make my macaroni and cheese. And I'm gonna show y'all how I do it. Feel free to comment. I know people are gonna have their opinions on what I use, how I make it. All I can tell y'all is I've been selling it for years. If you like what you see, you can like me or give me a comment, or you can always message me or inbox me if you would like to have macaroni made for you. But I'm not going to give my ingredients, all of my ingredients today, because I cannot give my full recipe up, mainly because it's a family business and I don't want people copying my recipe until I decide to give it out fully. But I will show you guys how I do my macaroni and cheese. And of course you guys can season it the way you like to season it, and it's always going to be good as long as you do it the right way and make it the right way. You can not put anything in there. But I'm going to let you guys know how I do. Don't judge me, because it's Sunday morning and I was out all night babysitting.
Okay, for the sake of video timing, we're going to get right into it. The day's going on. We got to get this meal out. So we're going to get right into this video, a dedicated tutorial video on how to make macaroni and cheese.
Netty's macaroni and cheese.
So there you have it. She'll be telling you step by step different things that she'll be using.
What I do, first off, I start off by boiling a pot of water. Pre-boil your water is better. You add a little tiny bit of salt to your water. And maybe if you like certain kinds of seasonings, you can add that to your water for your noodles. Because whatever you put in the water, when the noodles boil, they gather that taste and flavor. So it kind of gives it a good taste. That's part of my secret. I don't let people know what I use because I love the taste of the noodles. I'm going to keep it going. Let me move fast because I have to get this in the oven. Being that I have about 20 family members arriving today. So we start off by a pan this size can feed about maybe 20 people or more.
Just wanted to bring this in the light for you guys. This is a can, and before on my videos and stuff, like I said to you, before you open up your cans, please be advised, wash your lids. It's very important.
Wash your lids.
It's very important to wash these lids because the things the cans go through before they are shipped to you.
Now you're on
it is very important. Thank you.
Back to me. I did wash my hands prior to starting my camera. Now I'm going to proceed and make my macaroni and cheese for you guys. So you guys can just watch if you're interested. So I start off by putting in my butter so that I don't know if I added that I do cook my noodles in a little bit of oil just so that they don't stick together. And if you can see, if you look at it, the noodles don't stick and they're not mushy because you don't want to cook them too much. That's another thing. When you boil the noodles, don't boil them too much. You want to kind of like partially boil, but to an extent. But the reason why I do that is because a lot of people make a cheese sauce when they make macaroni and cheese. I don't. I mix everything in one by one and hand make everything. So I got a little sidetracked on what I was talking about because I don't make cheese sauce. But anyway, I make my macaroni and it comes out really good. So you can try this. I think this way to me is a little easier than the cheese sauce. Also, when people do cheese sauce, they tend to use Velveeta cheese. I don't like Velveeta cheese. It's very salty. I just don't like it for my macaroni and cheese. It's just not good cheese at all. I use different kinds of shreds, like cheddar, sharp, a little bit of Colby, and stuff like that. We like different cheeses in there for the ultimate taste of macaroni and cheese. But, you know, being that my macaroni and cheese is so good, I don't have to lose it down with cheese sauce. It still comes out very good. And like I said, it has been sold, you know, at a family business in the past for years. So, now, my next step is I did the butter. So what I start doing now is seasoning. And that's one thing I don't want you guys to see everything of. So I'm going to have my husband come over and shyly take the camera off. But I will let you see the basics.
Okay, so what is the basics?
We use a little bit of salt. I'm not going to say how much or anything like that.
For the purpose of this video, as far as time and stuff.
Well, you got to turn it away while seasoning.
Right.
Because I'm not seasoning.
Okay.
Meanwhile, I am seasoning, and in a minute I will stay tuned so you guys can see the rest of the macaroni process. A lot of video time, or it's just a matter of putting in other under.
Well, you know, the camera, you know, we're online, so anybody that, you know, want to hear,
well,
like,
private family,
so
you know,
the camera,
bring you in when we bring you in, so you can hear what we're talking about. I just asked
the camera has a certain amount of space time on it, also battery life. I didn't plug up the USB today on it, so it's just working off of its own internal battery, and I'm just trying to be careful because for a tutorial you do not want it to cut off on you, and then you find out when you're uploading your video, when you're reviewing your video, that you don't have the video, because that happened to me the other day, so I'm taking that into consideration.
Back to me. Yes, you can. In 1 second.
Need all the cans of milk open?
Probably. So, okay, now I seasoned my noodles. And now I'm back with you guys. Of course, you can see the pepper. I did put a little bit of salt on there. I'm not going to tell you anything else about what I do with my macaroni and cheese. But, you know, this is a beginning that I'm making it on camera because I have never done this in the past. You see my son with his plate there? Because, of course, like I told you guys.
Say something.
Dean.
Say something, Dean.
Tell them how good my noodles are without the cheese.
It's really good without the cheese. I love it. It's my favorite.
So it's just like having buttered noodles that are seasoned. You gotta excuse me. Oh, excuse me.
Can I do it?
No, nope. You gotta wait. Mommy's on it because mommy, cooked and we didn't eat. You're working with the baby today. This is for me for now. Okay, you can. I'm just saying you can't touch the food while I'm cooking. You would have to wash your hands, but you're working with the baby, so you can't help me cook. So, sure y'all might see me lose a couple of noodles. You know they will not be going back in the pan. As you can see, I don't need them. My pan is a little overpacked. But sometimes by the time I put all my ingredients in, I might have to break this pan down into a big and smaller little pan, but I like to mix everything together so that everything tastes. Yes, baby. Now I am going to give my son some, being that, and I have to taste it first.
Good.
It is good. I might have to add a little bit more, but I'm alright for now. So I don't want it too salty. That's the thing, because when you add cheeses, your cheese adds salt to your food. But my brothers, my nieces and nephews, my son, they've all been loving my noodles without the macaroni and cheese before I make the rest of it. And I'm going to continue to show you guys. Now, if you see, I gave my son some, and I gave that to him before I start dropping raw egg inside of my macaroni and cheese. Once I drop the raw egg in, no one can no longer taste it or eat any. So, wait, while he's eating that, I just got to put a couple things on.
Now this is the box.
Yeah,
See how good it is?
Okay.
We have a nice piece of dinner.
Nice Easter dinner.
With family.
Yep.
And my rooms are going to be locked because my cousin, she likes to play with stuff and messing up my room. So I think two on that. That's tonight. And this is really good.
Okay. Now we're back to this.
Hold on.
Okay.
He's done with all the seasoning.
Camera back on here.
What's the baby one?
Here you go. There you go.
Okay. So now we're back. Dean was sharing his little taste of noodles with you guys while I add a little tiny bit more flavoring to my macaroni and cheese, and if you see it looks really good. And you know, I use this same process when I make macaroni salads and stuff. I just don't put the butter in. So all my stuff comes out excellent.
The butter is good.
I know.
Just like it's
Everybody
really
likes
spicy
butter
and
noodles.
good.
It's not
Spicy
that
and good.
healthy, but who's to say? So as you guys can see, I'm cracking eggs, and for a pan this size, I usually start with about 6 raw eggs. And the eggs I use mainly because once it starts to bake up, it helps to hold the noodles and the macaroni and cheese together, which you guys, of course, will see the ending video and see how it comes out and looks and why I did what I did and how I did it. But just continue to listen and watch. Again, if you like what you see, please, it doesn't cost anybody a thing to give us a thumbs up, like and subscribe to our channel. We like to have people come and watch us, and we also like to watch other people. We're all here for fun, love, and maybe success eventually.
And we love you guys too.
But yep, we love everyone. So
Ew, look at that raw egg.
yeah, it doesn't look too good. So of course, no one likes to eat it like this. Who would?
Pepper on egg.
So, all right, I'm going to get on with the process. I have to stir up my eggs
She has to cook it this week.
because I need to get it in the oven. And again, you guys heard about, excuse me, the pepper. Bless me.
I did mine to my
The
mom.
pepper from the macaroni and cheese will get you, depending on your greens. But being that we're Southern people, we usually like ground black pepper in everything we cook and eat for the spice, but at the same time it gives good flavor. But as everybody knows, when you pour the pepper, it gets in your nose and it will make you sneeze sometimes. So as you guys can see now that I mixed up the eggs really good, pretty much.
I think you did it too strong.
What, the pepper?
We did it right, like
Well, when I put the milk in, that's why. So, it's not too strong. He said it's a little peppery because I guess it's a little spicy for him. So, he just got to get something to drink in him. But when I add my milks and everything, that will kind of water everything down. So, that kind of balances it out. So, now that I put the eggs in,
I'm sure it's
put the butter in, my next step is to put my cheeses in. This is where macaroni comes expensive. Everybody knows that cheese is very expensive.
I like to leave my house.
But anyway, so I went and I found at Giant, where I don't like to shop, but I went there. Okay, I'm going to move on because video time. I don't want my camera shut down.
You can write in the comments too, and that's why you write different things.
Okay.
You know.
Okay. Anyway, they were 2 for $5. Another bag was $8.99. So cheese is very expensive when making macaroni and cheese, and I'm gonna proceed on with my recipe. With the new bag of cheese, my husband doesn't want me to let the camera die, so I have to move fast, but we all know how men are. I would have thought he would have opened the cheese for me to save me a little bit of time, but hey. I'm doing it as fast as I can. This was just a bag of mild sharp cheddar. And sometimes people like to buy the blocks because they like to cut the squares, and I do. Most of the time we do that. But like I said, I was babysitting, and I had to get some other stuff prepared for dinner, so this is kind of like the easy way to buy already shredded cheese. I can't say, I was just going to say it was a little more expensive than the block cheese, but nowadays it really isn't. Block cheese was about $6.99 for a pound or 2-pound block. The bag was about $8 for a big bag, so I just figured why not get that. And as you guys can see, my macaroni and cheese is coming together well. I'm putting the cheeses in. I take my time with this because I don't want to spill too much. At the same time, I like to blend all the cheese in because, as you see, I put a little bit of sharp cheddar. We have some mild cheddar and some cheddar jack. So they're the mixtures of cheese we had, and you know, keep on going on cheese. We like the cheese. Close the eggs, get rid of the shells in a little bit. Extra noodles and put in the trash here. Okay. We like our macaroni and cheese nice and cheesy, which everybody does. So yeah, I think that's why people like to use cheese sauce. That's what I forgot to say, because it is more expensive the way I do it. Because I use, you know, different cheeses to mix in individually, so then they melt into the noodles as they're cooking in the oven, and they can kind of bake up with the rest of the noodles. That's why I said partially cook the noodles, because once I put the milk and stuff in, it's going to have to bake for another 2 hours now. After yes, after it's done, it'll be dinner time. Yes, see.
Everybody's gonna be here.
Soon.
When it's done.
Yeah.
When everything's done. It's all gonna be done at the same time. Thanks, Mommy.
Did you get some juice or drinking water?
Get
Get some juice out of the
milk works.
Where'd you learn that from? DMV Nation?
No.
When they was doing their pranks, their pranks. When they were eating the wings, the hot wings, they were using milk to cool down their mouth.
Did you prank me?
No, I didn't prank you. I didn't prank him. He's thinking I pranked him with a little pepper, but that's how he did.
Where's the ice cream? Where's the ice cream?
Your ice cream got put away, so you have to wait.
I need ice cream. Yeah, I need ice cream.
Can you come here for a minute, please?
And I know you guys are still wondering why is she still adding cheese, but I need the cheese because that is the most important part of the meal. That's why they call it macaroni and cheese. And it may look fattening to a lot of people, but hey, it is. It's Easter Sunday. That's what people do when you're cooking soul food. And if you want good food, this is how it is. I can go to the macaroni at the store, Boston Market, other places like that, and you know, they have their macaroni made the way they make it. You don't know how they make it or what they have in it, but you don't judge them. You just eat it, and if it's good, you enjoy it. And you know, that's how it is.
It's not even hot, Ma. It's for ice cream.
I know. You eat your Pop-Pop's ribs.
Heck no.
I said you do, so ain't nothing too hot.
Here, please.
Alright, move it. As y'all can see, it looks like some of the cheese is melting, but that happens as well. So I'm going to put a little bit more of this cheddar cheese in, sharp cheddar, and then I'm going to wrap it up and get it ready for the oven after I drop my milk in. So that will be the last process though. So I'm wrapping this up. Again, I kind of like to stir my cheese in until it's almost too hard to stir. And you know that, you know, make sure you get it all around and make sure it's up in the middle. My husband sometimes helps me, but I know he's tired, but he has some special technique where he stirs the cheese in with 2 spoons and flips it somehow with the macaroni, and it's so much easier and, you know, less on the arm. But, you know, this is how we do. When you're making it from scratch, you gotta take your time.
How do you look green?
You wonder why I'm banging because the cheese props up on the spoon and you need that space. So I'm just making sure I got enough cheese covering every corner so that when I get done stirring, I never touch it again, actually. You know, you're going to see. I'm just about done stirring now. And then what I do is I start to kind of like flatten out my pan a little bit.
We'll keep this one on and you can leave it in the room because it's your watch.
Yep, put it in my room.
Mom, what cream are getting in ice cream? Look, guys, this is what I put in my colored ice cream.
Cradle Crown.
Yeah.
Our Friendlies.
Yeah.
Friendlies is only sold in certain states. I found that out when I moved to South Carolina. For 2 years, we couldn't get certain things that we like. Although they have a great ice cream in South Carolina called Mayfield. I'm sure y'all familiar with it if you're from the country. Yes, these cans are already washed, as you can see in the beginning of the video. And these are evaporated milk. Now, a lot of people tend to use some of this and then regular vitamin D milk and when making their sauce, and that's how you get their base. But again, I don't make a sauce, so I just kind of drench my noodles down until I start seeing them coming up through the noodles, and then I let it bake up
It just slips into
on about 350 to 400 between them two, and until it kind of like has no more milk in there. Stick your fork in there, your milk comes out dry with nothing on it. You know your macaroni's done. Fully done. I usually use, I used 5 boxes of elbows, 1-pound boxes of macaroni noodles. I use about 8 cans of evaporated milk. As you can see, I used about 4 little bags of cheese and a half a bag of the big bag of cheese. But again, I'm making a big pan for just about my whole family. So you know, you can always downsize. You know, for a smaller pan, I've done maybe 2 or 3 boxes of macaroni and cheese. I would only add about 4 eggs
You cannot eat over there.
to it. You can add as much cheese as you wish to your macaroni and cheese, because again, it's to your liking.
You cannot put that in the
And
video.
as you guys can see, the milk is coming
You cannot
up.
put that over there.
Being
Please,
chilled.
no, no. She's cooking right now.
I'm on camera. Go ahead, let them go ahead. I'm almost done now. So, okay. I'm about to conclude to this, because as you can see the milk coming up over my noodles. I don't want to overfill it, because when it goes in the oven, it could bubble up a little bit.
How are you
And
cooking that, Mom?
in the oven, boo. And then you don't want no overspills. So what I do is we cover this up with aluminum foil, fully covered, and we put it in the oven on 350 for about an hour to 2 hours. But we just let it bake until we see no more milk on our spoon or fork when you stick it in. And I'm going to conclude this video. Again, if you like and you want more, you can always subscribe, leave a comment, and we'll try our best to get back with you to make you guys happy. Thank you.
And over here in the oven, just real quickly, you can see there is a ham in there, and
2 hams.
there's 2 hams in there.
Oh, you just want ice cream?
And there's 2 hams in there, and we're doing that up. So the macaroni and cheese will be going on the top.
And I guess you gotta cover them back up once you put it in.
No, it has ice cream in it.
You gotta cover them back up.
In the middle.
I can't move it.
Alright, yeah.
Let's wash it,
Charlie,
please.
you
I
old Charlie.
would really hate to spill this.
Hi, Charlie. Hi, Charlie. Hi, my girl. Hi, Auntie Girl. Hi. Hi, love. This is Mom.
Yep.
Let me see her.
As always.
So it's in the oven. I'll be covering it and letting it cook up. So I have to turn my camera off right now because of my time. So just cover it, put a foil on it and cover it. Rate, comment, subscribe, give me a thumbs up if you like it.
Wait, let the people see Charlie real quick.
Hold on for 1 minute.
We're going to let you see our little Easter bunny on Easter Sunday. Charlie came to visit. Like I said, I'm babysitting, so that's why we're getting stuff together.
Can't see you.
Oh, okay. This is little Charlie. She's the newest addition to our family. She's a sweet little girl, and she's named after her daddy and Pop-Pop. Their name is Charles.
Charles.
Pop-Pop and her daddy is Charles, and
Chucky Charles.
so Aunt Netty called her daddy when her found out she was having a girl.
And this is her Easter
And
basket.
yep, cute. Dino made that for her to take home.
And we might be making a video at dinner time.
We got another little bunny to add in.
And of course it's Easter
Gabriella.
time, so
Here's
this is
Gabriella.
Gabby Rabbit.
You got her in front.
This is Gabby Rabbit.
And she's the Easter bunny. But a girl type. She's the girl version.
With the bunny. So here's little mama. Again, she's only 2 months. And her name is Charlie. Named after Daddy and Pop-Pop. Her Pop-Pop and her Daddy. So we're going to conclude. Say bye, Charlie.
Wait.
Say bye, Charlie. Oh, put that.
Let's see.
Say bye and happy Easter, everyone.